What is a harsh reality that everybody needs to hear?
Most people should not be on social media of any kind because they cannot handle what it does to them mentally. It is not about socialization, it's about corporations monetizing your life. Many of us were the frog slowly boiled in the monetization of the internet. We started out when it was a place corporate media laughed at, and we had our space and our fun and were left to ourselves. Slowly ads and marketing and data collection creeped in, and none of us noticed that the internet fundamentally changed. Some of us did, even subconsciously, but we were already engaged, habituated. Now it can seem very hard to pull away and find some meaningful life that isn't connected to everyone else 24/7. Your life can be changed forever in the blink of an eye. You have to deal with it or die. I'm 62. I went to run errands one day with my beautiful wife of 42 years, and I came home 2 hours later a widower. She died of a massive heart attack in the passenger seat. That was about 13 months ago. It's been hard, but I'm still here thanks to some wonderful people in my life. It won't just happen. I spent a lot of my early 20s being sad and defeatist, feeling sorry for myself. I always coped with this by telling myself that I'd make something of myself eventually, and meet a woman eventually, and be happy eventually. The truth is, eventually doesn't come if you don't make it come. Improvement has to be proactive. You can end up 40 years old, living with your parents, playing video games all day, and with no motivation. Nothing will prevent that from happening other than you. Some people will hurt you, and they won't care how you feel about it. Yeah. I learned this through an excruciating experience with my now ex-husband. Even now, years later, I still can't wrap my head around how he went from love to literally not caring if I live or die. Waking up every day during that period, I'd be okay for a split second, and then the reality of what was happening would hit me. I guess I was naive, but I couldn't accept that he really didn't care. You gotta walk your dogs. I heard someone put it this way which really hit home. To you it may feel like a chore, but to your dog it's probably their favorite part of the day. My dogs live for their walks. Working from home really made that blatantly obvious. I used to skip walks sometimes, but after seeing them all day just waiting around to sniff the world, I don't skip walks anymore. That and my one girl is getting older, and you realize how much they deserve while they are here. I have doubled the park trips too. Failure is part of life. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness, that is life. Jean-Luc Picard. Sucking at something is the first step to being sorta good at something. Jake the dog. The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Stephen McCraney. Life is not automatically easier just because you're a good person. Expecting life to treat you well because you are good is like expecting the bull not to charge at you because you are vegetarian. I find the inverse is usually true. Having a moral compass and being a good person usually means you have a line in the sand somewhere, and there will always be someone who is willing to go further than you, undercut you, or outcompete you. You can love someone with all of your heart and not be loved back in the same way. I wasted a lot of time in my life either being too stupid to learn this or at the very least too stubborn to admit it to myself. My stupid hearts decided it would rather go the rest of my life pining over the one I don't have than move on. My head is furious. My lungs indifferent. Time is the ultimate currency, friend. You can't have more. Spending it on someone is the ultimate show of love, but reciprocation is important to all relationships. Do you think that, after all the time you've spent, that has gone unrequited? If this person were to one day realize the potential you've known for so long, that it would feel the way you hope? My experience is that it does not. Go out and live, pursue passions that don't rely on the whims of others. Hopefully somewhere along the way, you find someone you feel strongly about who recognizes the value of the time you want to spend with them. If not, you've still lived a life you can be proud of.